Real Madrid just picked up a huge 3 points, a massive 3 points, because of after seeing Barcelona win 7-0 and put the performance they put together, they had to win. If Real Madrid shows up against any major team playing the way they played that first half, if you pull up to Barcelona like that, if you pull up to play Man City like that, if you pull up to even play PSG like that, you are going to get smoked. You cannot pull up against any big team and have that first half that you had, because it's just not a good look. And I know last year this Real Madrid team took a long time to gel, and they really started playing good probably towards like the back end of the season. I mean, Vinny didn't really have a great beginning to the season last year as well. And when I watch Real Madrid play, I still see this imbalance. Is that a word? It's just not balanced for me. And I'm going to give you what I think Real Madrid should look like going forward and what would help them going forward. And then you guys can let me know if I'm right or wrong. The next thing I want to say is Endrick gets subbed on, and this guy has a chance at goal every time he gets subbed on. He's putting himself in really good positions for the young kid that he is. And I think based off what I'm seeing, he had an awful preseason. But the way he started this campaign, the way he started this season, he's looking really good. I got to say that. And then Brahim off the bench is just an absolute animal, man. That guy plays extremely, extremely well. Now, let's talk about it. I believe Rodrigo, second half starts, they start playing better. Rodrigo brings the ball down, I'm pretty sure, creates this monstrous play. And then everybody's obviously going to talk about this unbelievable Valverde pass, which leads to the Mbappe goal. Boom. Mbappe is on the scoreboard. Real Madrid's winning in front of their fans. Everyone is happy. And then later on, Vinny just keeps himself on side, wins a penalty. Mbappe buries it. First of all, I like that Mbappe's taking the penalties. Why? Mbappe's meant to be the goal scorer on this team. Vinny and Rodrigo are meant to get goals, but really be the playmakers, along with Jude Bellingham. So you want your goal scorer to be flying. You want his confidence to be to the moon. So every opportunity you get to score a goal, you should give it to Mbappe, because that's what he's there for. He is there to be your goal scorer. So there should be no confusion. I think Mbappe should take it. I know how good Vinny is. I know all this. But at the end of the day, Mbappe's there to be your goal scorer. Let Mbappe score the ball. So I'm good with that. This is the problem I have. I think the team needs to have Tchouameni and another defensive mid. I think it needs to be two players that are ball winners and know how to get the ball forward, but don't push too far forward. Because at the end of the day, when you have Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham, when you have these four players going forward, you shouldn't need anything else to score a goal. Now, I'm not saying that Tchouameni and Camavinga and stuff and Valverde shouldn't get involved. They should get involved. Obviously, you need your midfield to be involved. It's football. But what I'm saying is you should never be caught out, because those guys should be able to take care of business by themselves with a little bit of support. And I think right now, Valverde's pushing out to the wings a lot to help create. And it's leaving it's leaving one midfielder on an island by themselves, especially when Jude's playing, right? You got Jude being this box to box that has to constantly keep running back. And it's causing this massive imbalance in their midfield, which is having the defense get caught out and the offense to be, too far forward. Because let's be real, Mbappe's not the best drop back defensive attacker in world football. We know that. We know how it was at PSG. We know how it was at France. Does he do it? Yes. Does he go back and help the defense? Yes. But is he the first one back? Usually not. Then you got Vinny, and Rodrigo really does it a lot as well. But at the end of the day, you got three superstars, especially Vinny, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham. And you got these guys that they're going to drop back, but they're not always back defending. And I think because of that, I think two defensive mids would suit Real Madrid better, two ball winners, because they'll get the ball back, they'll balance out the midfield better, and they'll really dominate a midfield and then get the ball as quickly forward to allow Jude Bellingham to be the main playmaker, out to Vinny, out to Rodrigo, to Mbappe to figure it out. But right now, what I think happens is Valverde's so used to dipping out to the right side that he might dip out to the right side a little bit, and then all of a sudden, once they lose the ball, there's just a lane. There's a lane right through that defense, and it's too easy to get through that Real Madrid defense. It's what I'm seeing now. I ain't smarter than Ancelotti, bro. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I truly believe that Real Madrid would be better off with more of a defensive midfield. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, well, Valverde can defend. And yeah, you're right, he can defend. Valverde is a great defender. I'm not saying that, I'm not taking nothing away. But in this game, for example, if Camavinga was healthy, right, I would have gone with no Danny, right? And then I would have had Mbappe, Jude, and Rodrigo. And I probably would have put Valverde ahead of Camavinga and Tchouaméni and told Camavinga, like, hey, you're in this to be more defensive, so don't push too far forward. And anyone who says Camavinga can't defend, Camavinga played left back and very well. You got to be able to defend if you could play left back. So Camavinga can defend. So having Camavinga be more of a ball winner and Tchouaméni obviously a ball winner, and then allowing, in this situation, it would have been Valverde, Mbappe, and Vinny and Rodrigo kind of going forward. I think it's just a better solution. Jude Bellingham, when healthy, needs to be playing. Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo all need to be playing. Tchouaméni, Valverde, Camavinga, all great players. Somebody's got to be benched. Now, what's better for the team? That's a very important question. What's better for the team? And in my opinion, what's better for the team is two defensive midfielders, ball winners, players that are going to stay back and not get caught too far forward, and allow Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, and these boys to really try to create something. And I think what's happening, in my opinion, I could be fully wrong here, is Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos was a leader and a coach on the field, and that's gone. The passing ability he had, the ability to win the ball back, the ability to press a player and knowing when to press in the midfield, the ability to organize that midfield is not easy to replace. There's only one Toni Kroos, and to replace Toni Kroos is not like you just go to the market and you find a player in 2 seconds, right? Toni Kroos is one of those players, one of those German beasts that are hard to replace, like the Schweinsteigers and the list goes on, the Lams. These players are hard to replace, right? These are just German masterclass, man. These players are incredible. And he's gone now. And now it's a young midfield, but you need a midfield that is more organized and a midfield that is just smarter, right? And I think that right now, without Camavinga and just Tchouaméni out there, and then Valverde, and then Danny keeps kind of rotating door, it's just allowing too many gaps. So I don't know what Ancelotti does when Camavinga is healthy, because I don't think Camavinga is healthy right now. Maybe he is, but I don't think he is healthy. Yeah, he's not healthy. I think he was out for like a month. I don't think Real Madrid's problem is their attack. I think it's if they can put more of an aggressive and more of a ball-winning midfield together, it's going to free up those boys up top to really run at the low block that a lot of teams are running. And it's going to allow them to score more goals, but also be more comfortable knowing that if we lose the ball, we got our bodyguards back here to win this back, so we're okay. And I think that's what's really lacking and slacking at Real Madrid right now. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now, lads. Like, if they go into a Barcelona game the way Barca's playing right now, if Barca played Real Madrid tomorrow and Real Madrid had this midfield, I'm giving it to Barcelona. I don't care that Mbappe's on the field. I'm giving it to Barcelona because they're more organized. They attack as a unit. They defend as a unit. They're more organized. And Real Madrid, unless they organize this midfield and sort this midfield out, it is going to be very difficult for them to beat big teams. It's going to be tough. I mean, you're seeing they're dropping points. They've dropped points already. You can see that they're having times with they're having a hard time with the teams that they should beat. And I really just think that it's because they're getting hit on the counter because their midfield is not organized enough or as aggressive as they should be, and it's causing problems, right? So at the end of the day, I know Ancelotti's going to sort this out. They had the same problems in the beginning of last year, and they figured it out. I felt like in the last year, in the beginning of the year, was more of the attack, and they sorted that out. This year, it's more of the midfield. And I think he's going to sort it out, and he's going to get it playing really well, and he's going to get it to where it needs to be. But at the moment, that midfield is not where it needs to be. It's the midfield is hurting the attack, and it's hurting the defense. And I'm not saying it's Valverde, dude. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes a team needs something. Valverde, in my opinion, is top 10 midfielders in the world. This guy's, I love him. Got his jersey. I love Valverde. He's probably, him and Camavinga, probably my favorite players on Real Madrid. That's facts. But sometimes you got to see what it is. And what it is that midfield is not balanced. And it doesn't really make sense to have players, this many attacking-minded players on the field at once. Unless you're looking for, unless you really need to go. I think they need to start the game more balanced. And then as the game goes on, and you need goals, you start to bring in players that can get you forward much better. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games. Champions League is like 8 games now. There's going to be plenty of time for Valverde to play. There's going to be plenty of time for Modric to play. There's going to be plenty of time for Endrick to play. I think right now Real Madrid just needs to get a balance on this team, a grip on the games, and really put that Real Madrid type of football together where they're dominating games and not giving crazy easy chances on the counterattack. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. I don't know if I said anything completely stupid there. Again, I'm not smarter than Ancelotti. I just think that a 4-2-3-1 would really suit this team. 2 defensive mids, a cam, a striker, 2 wingers, real nicely organized, 2 defensive mids to help Carvajal when he pushes forward. When Mendy gets forward, these 2 defensive mids to help covering these gaps. You know what I'm saying? They can still be good playmakers out the defensive mid playmakers. Chouamani has great passing them. Camavinga has great passing them. But I really, truly believe 2 defensive mids would be better for what this team has and the players they have up top. Let me know how y'all feel. Either way, 2 points for Real Madrid. 3 points for Real Madrid. 3 points for Barcelona. La Liga,